Hello. My name is Michelle Nelson-Schmidt, and I have written several books: Cats, Cats, Dogs, Dogs, Jonathan James and the What If Monster, Dog and Mouse, Bob is a Unicorn, and Cordelia. So I've written 6 books, and they're picture books, so I have not only written them, but I'm also an illustrator. So Cole's mom, Miss Heather, asked me if I might make a video to send to kids that might be interested in wanting to make a book, and if I had any advice. And I sure do. My advice is that I want you to let yourself be who you are in this world. And that means when your imagination goes certain places, don't judge yourself. Let yourself imagine. Let yourself talk to imaginary characters. Let yourself imagine what they might look like and draw them or think about them and write descriptions about them down. I happen to be somebody that draws and writes, but I draw. I've been an artist since I was a little girl, so I've always drawn. So that's something that I've always practiced, and I always used to practice my drawing. I always had a little sketch pad or sketchbook and scrap paper. I just always practiced drawing. That's how I got better and better, and I just copied pictures. I look at a picture in a magazine or a book and I would copy it. That's how I taught myself how to draw things. But writing was always a lot harder for me, because I am a storyteller and I love to tell stories. So telling stories is very different than writing stories down, because you have to write stories down in a certain kind of way. And you have to learn how to do that, and that's not so much fun. And Miss Michelle, I had to teach myself how to do that. And the best way to teach yourself how to write stories is to read them. So read the types of books that you want to be able to write, because just by reading them you will teach yourself how to write them. But then you still have to write them down, and guess what? They're probably not going to be very good the first time you write them down, and that's okay, because then you're going to ask for help. You're going to show somebody like an editor or your teacher who's going to look at it and help you write what you're trying to say better. And I'll tell you right now, when they make a suggestion, you're not going to like it. It's going to make you a little bit mad. But the secret is, if somebody tells you something about your writing or your drawing that makes you a little bit mad, it probably means that's exactly what you're supposed to pay attention to. If somebody says something and it makes you feel really good and you don't have to change a thing and everything's perfect and right, that's probably not the advice you need to pay attention to. You need to pay attention to the advice that makes you upset. It makes you kind of sad. That makes you feel like, do they think I'm a terrible artist? Do they think I'm a terrible writer? Why would they say that? If it makes you that mad, those are exactly the people you have to pay attention to. And that is my advice, is to let your imagination do the work and trust it and believe in it and write down the stories and draw the pictures in your imagination, but then be willing to let people that have been around more than you, that have read more than you, that have seen more art than you, let them help you make yourself better. And remember, the key is this: if their advice makes you angry, you probably should pay attention to that advice. And I only say that because my editor has made me angry many times, and she always helps my books be so much better. So I hope that helped. Any of you aspiring artists and writers, you can be anything you want to, but be willing to practice, work hard, and improve your craft when people are willing to help you with it. All right, that's all I got. I hope that helps.